Hello, lovelies. Welcome to my channel, the Judy TV show, where I talk about marriage and marriage related trending issues. My name, guys, is Judith. Happy New Week. Guys, I came across, in respect of the interview that Judy Austin's ex-husband, Mr. Emmanuel Obasi, granted, and then people that were dragging him. The two that stood out for me that I want to address. One was a man and the other was a lady. The man was like, rubbishing him. That is not man enough. It's not good to the children. That's why the children didn't look for him all these 10 years and all that. Then the other lady was now saying that this man, whoa, how can this man marry pretty Judy Austin? I want to address that. Then I'll address another woman that was throwing shades at May Dochie. And then I will now address the video that Judy Austin did before this her husband's interview, where she was telling us that she didn't meet you while she was still in her ex-husband's house. So let me start with the man that was throwing shades at Mr. Obasi. That is not man enough. Probably he's not a good father. That's why the children didn't look for him all these 10 years. He's talking about. Okay, I don't know your name, but I'll just respond to this. The truth about the matter is that I'm not certain that you watched that video from the beginning to the end, or that interview from beginning to the end, because the man said repeatedly that he made effort and even reported to the welfare for the welfare people to intervene, but nothing happened. You came forth and then you were throwing weight, as in the actor that is a well-known person that he is and everything. And there were two other authorities he said they reported to in that Anambra state. And then nothing was done. They couldn't do anything because, use intervention and everything. And he also said in the course of that interview that Judy Austin has always been telling him that is going to pepper him with the children, and that will he be able to withstand, can he challenge you? He said that in that video. I don't know whether you listened to that part or you didn't watch up to that part or listen up to that part. So if you're saying that the man, why didn't you ask of your children and everything? The man said he made efforts until even a threat to his life now entered. And if you also recall, the man said that he's even ready to die now. He said that when they were now cajoling him to come and take his bride price and everything, that even Judy Austin's brother, they were all part of it, mounting pressure on him to come and take his bride price. Because Judy Austin has now probably met you and moved on with you and everything. So the man said all that. But if you are now saying that the children didn't ask of their father, I agree. A 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, by now they ought to know, start asking of their father. But have you thought of the fact that those children might not know or have an address of their father? It depends on when they were taken away from the man. Have you thought of that? Have you also thought of the fact that Judy Austin has never posted those children on social media? Because if you had posted them, it would have been easier for people to link them up. This is the address of your father or not, maybe at the comment section. Did you observe that she has never done that? Not even on their birthdays. For these years that he has been away from this man. But that of you can see them with, where she has got it. I posted that, I put out a photo there when Sadike was even small. There's another one where she was taking a walk with the two boys and everything. But for these other children from her previous marriage who have never seen them on social media, not even when they're marking their birthdays, does that not tell you that this lady intentionally, created a link, so that there will be a gap between the children and their father, so that they will not be able to trace the man? Otherwise, those children, there's no way, especially I think it's the boy and the girl, there's no way, especially the boy, will not be going to go and meet his father. But when the access or something that can link you up, a trace that can link you up to the man is disconnected from you, how do you want those children to do? Especially with his efforts to go and then report to social welfare and what have you. So I don't think that man is an irresponsible father, going by your own judgment because he didn't ask for them or whatever. It's until maybe you see the children, maybe now that the man has decided to go legal, we trust God that, things will pull through for him positively, so that those children can now say what they experienced. That way, we'll now know what transpired, who is now lying, whether it's Judy Austin or the man. I rest the case of that man. Then I come to the lady that was saying, that's man, this man is what? How could this man have married a pretty Judy Austin and all that? May I agree with you? Judy Austin is very pretty, no doubt about that. If you have seen the photograph of Yul Edochie when you started with May, you was like, people that wash cars, all these miscreants, that was how he looks. That's why the father is a well-known man and rich. But you May stayed. What am I trying to say? It is not because the man is, after all, when Judy Austin, if you see the photograph of when they got married initially, the way Judy Austin was even looking, you know that she was also looking tattered and everything. But when you think of the fact that this man put out everything that he has there to make sure that Judy Austin goes to school, because she said she wanted to go to school. The man said he made her first attempt at University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where he bribed and did everything, but she didn't pass. And then he went to IMT. IMT is a kind of, I think they run a kind of a polytechnic system that is based in Enugu. Enugu is in Enugu State, southeastern part of Nigeria. That he also tried there, and then she didn't also succeed. Apparently, she didn't also pass the entrance exam or whatever. And then, before he now tried again at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, where she was now later admitted, to do whatever course. So that money that man has used to develop his wife, are you telling me that if that man has used that money on himself, probably as a businessman, to now be importing it, because it's not as if like now maybe the dollar is up or whatever. That time things were much, much easier, much, much cheaper. If that man had decided to invest that thing on himself and on his business by traveling outside to go and import one or two things and all that, are you telling me that the standard of that man will be what it is today? Of course, if you see that man, the man will be glittering. By virtue of being under AC, flying up and down, eating whatever thing, and so on and so forth. So it is not a question of if you are comparing them, the comparison should be that time that they met. It is not like now Judy has met you and then rub cream and what have you. So you can't compare, because this man invested what he have in this lady, and then this lady, Judy Austin, did not even make an effort since she has moved on with you to now say, okay, let me refund this man, even if it's 2 or 3 million of the money he spent in getting me to go to school. And there was just nothing like that. So for the man to now use it to now say, okay, let me now invest in my business or whatever, there was nothing like that. So how do you now expect this man, somebody that has done things like that, and how do you now expect him to be that fanciful or whatever? So I don't think that the war aspect of it should have been compared when both of them, newly got married, not now that Judy Austin has moved on with Yul and everything, and is now maybe enjoying one thing or the other that this man does not have access to, because she did not even make effort to ask, okay, let me refund this man, whatever amount of money for all the effort and all the money he spent in trying to send me to school. So the what aspect of it, I don't even see it, because that man, everything is money. That man now, there's money that man will touch. You will be shocked to your bones how that man will turn out to be, right? So that's my response to that other lady. Then there's this other lady that was dragging May Edochie. Even when you makes mistake or whatever he does with you, just some people will go and touch where May is, even when May is not even looking in their direction, has just moved on with her life, pending the outcome of the divorce that she filed. So the woman, May, wore a black outfit with a matte pantyhose to Uche Jumbo's film premiere. Uche was there too. Uche also wore their own. They all wore trainers and everything. So they wore something that matches the trainers that they wore, and they took a photograph together. So the woman picked on May and said, "Why should May wear things like that? A married woman, as if Uche Jumbo is not a married woman and a mother. A married woman like that. Why should she wear things like that and everything?" And I say, madam, if there's anything you want to tell me, tell her outright. What you're saying, I don't. There's nothing wrong in what May was wearing in that premiere or in that photo that the woman is talking about. Meanwhile, you are saying that a woman that is married, of course, she has filed for divorce, so to say, May is almost not married now, so to say. But then, Judy Austin that is married, maybe she's the one that, you speak for another. Judy Austin that is married, did you see the pictures, the one she was wearing a blue innerwear and the red innerwear, carrying Stadike when it was, the whole of her bust was outside. Did you see that? Is she not a married woman? Is she not a mother? She's even carrying the child. By the time this boy is grown, and she sees the picture of her mother carrying him with all her make industry, everything out. So how do you describe that one? Is he a married woman or not a married woman? Is he a mother or not a mother? Did you also see the black one she wore, where her inner wear was just very obvious because it's just a lace. The thing was short like that. Her inner wear was just very obvious. Compare that one with what May is wearing. Which one would you say is not decent? Which one is more decent and which one is not decent? Madam, if you have anything to drag May for, okay, you can go ahead and do that. But if there is none, if it's that outfit, there's absolutely nothing wrong there. Maybe you should also put a good number of your photos on the social media. Let's see how you dress at home, because the kind of wig and the makeup you were putting on for you now to be dragging May that she was wearing a pantyhose, I don't understand it. So I just want to quickly address that one. Then I come to the main woman of at the center of it, or that is Judy Austin. Judy Austin did a video well before. Okay, you know, her ex-husband, Mr. Obasi, there was a time he granted a Kuti Jews interviewed him. What he said that time is exactly what he's saying now. There's no difference. What he said that time is what he's saying now. The only difference now is that, you know, the number of years that he has not seen his children has now added. That's why he said it's now 10 years. But as for every other thing he said, the man said the same thing the man is saying, right? So after that interview, apparently Judy Austin now, I think Just Lover made one or two comments about that. You know, Judy Austin now wanting to debunk that. That was when she made that video. It is not now that this man said this one, that is this last interview. So Judy Austin now started debunking and now said that that is the fattest lie somebody has said against her in this social media. That her marriage ended in 2013. Is that March or May in 2013? Then a couple of years before she now met you. The question I have is this: if you know that your marriage ended in 2013, how come you don't know the very year you met you? How come you don't know the very month you met you? Oh, number of years. What number of years? You didn't mention the year. You didn't mention the month. How come you didn't? But you know when this other one ended. And then how come the marriage ended? Probably it ended that you now said you don't want and they just walked away. That's my assumption now, by it ended, right? Because she didn't accept that there was any fracas or whatever. How come? Because the man said your brothers were mounting, your family were mounting pressure on him to come and take his bride price. How come they are now mounting pressure on him? If he ended that, you know, you say you don't want, or maybe the man also understood with you and then you walked away and all that, how come, you know, there was pressure on him to come and take his bride price? Aside that, Judy Austin, eventually when you now met you and you once a day, was you married to somebody else? You left your own. Was you married to somebody else before you now delve into this? So you see, it's a case of adultery, whichever way you look at it. Whether you left Mr. Obasi when or not, you met you as a married man and a father. Then you started dating him. And then I keep on saying, people that say, oh, you people are in love and all that, I don't have a problem with you people. After all, people that husband and wife or skit makers or whatever thing, you are supposed to be in love. They're supposed to be passion for you, for each other. Okay. What happened at that time that you met you? All through the time you met you didn't consider marrying you. It was when you now became pregnant and gave birth to a child. 10 months after you gave birth to a child, this lover now wanted to expose it. Before you now came and said, it is high time to introduce to the world my son by my second wife, Judy Austin. How come? Okay, if you have left your husband and you people cajoled him or pressurized him, your family, according to the man, and then he came and collected his bride price, why was that of you for you not done properly? Because the father granted granted interview that he was not aware that that you took a second wife, and he tagged Judy Austin anti-infested firewood. He said he was not aware that he picked Judy Austin on the streets. So why was things not done properly? Since you have left your husband, okay, in 2013, and according to you, years before you met you, apparently there was nobody in your life or whatever. So how come you now said, okay, he has found love in you and he now wants to marry you? Why was things not done properly? To the extent that up until now, you denied and said you people are skit makers. Why was it so? Okay, Judy Austin, I come again to ask a question. The question is this. Now, these children that this man said he has not seen them for the past 10 years. Judy Austin, are you aware that you have never posted any of them on the social media? I don't expect you to come and suffer, but at least every child, every human being has a birthday. A birthday. So how come not even a post? Don't even put their photographs if you don't want, but not even a post of wishing any of them, either of your two children, happy birthday. You have never done that. But that of you, we see them on social media. If we see them on the road now, even though they are small, they are still small children, we'll recognize them. But this other one, we don't. If you have a problem with their father, who was your husband, do you also have problems with them? Why would you now do it in such a way as if you're caging them? Because if you're living with them, there's no way, maybe your neighbors also will not know. Apparently, they're with your mother. How comfortable it is, and how proper is it, and how right is it for you to leave them with your mother rather than with their father? No matter how poor that man is, rather than with their father, you now collected them and then put them, gave them to your mother, and then they're in the village. And then that of a you, they're in the city. And you're not putting any photograph about them, you're not putting any post about them, nothing about them, absolutely nothing about them. At least we'll see photographs that you took with your mother that you posted there with your Augusta, your sister, when you want to advertise her organic products or whatever, and then that of your father. But these children, how come their posters or photographs are not on the social media? Not even a wish of a happy birthday. Because you feel that maybe if you put out there, people will now know them and they now trace them. Oh, these people are children. Because apparently, being with their mother, maybe they thought it's another person that gave birth to them, or they're your mother's house help. Because when you put them out there and they use them happy birthday as your daughter and so, or your son or whatever, people will now know. People will trace them and tell them, look at this is where your father is or something. So you decided to, intentionally disconnect these children from their father, as if you don't know what you're doing. And here people are dragging the man. Why they did that? But how can things be done like this if not for the purposes of disconnecting these children? Because once you put them out on the social media, people will go out of their way to dig out where they are and then to tell them this is who your father is and all that. But you don't want to lick them up like that. So you quickly and intentionally disconnected them from whatever thing that will make them to be traced to their father. How mean and how ungrateful. I said ungrateful because if that man had given everything he had and said, okay, let my wife go to school. If you don't like the man or if you don't want to move on with him, have you ever made an effort and said, okay, let me give you this 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, whatever, for the sacrifice you made for me? You stoop your desires and your own, down for my own to come before your own. Have you ever done that? There was nothing like that. That's why I said ungrateful, because that is what it means. If you had given the man something, he would have used it to pick the pieces of his life and move on, maybe with his business or whatever. But now you just walked away the way you did it, walked away. And then, because the reason why I call it walked away, if you're saying it ended in 2013, you gave the impression that, it was a peaceful party. But the reason why I said you walked away is that was what the man said. And from the way you handle this student, the way you're handling even the man, right? It now looks as if, the man is the one that is saying the correct thing. But we'll still wait for the time the thing will go to court, and then eventually these children will be provided. By the time these children are provided, they will hear from them. The whole world will hear from them and now know. Okay, I just believe and trust God that that day will come so that we'll hear and now know what is going on. Because for two children to be hidden away from their father like that, if you had even been, posting them, let's even know how they are looking and all that. The other day, Judy Austin was doing a video where he was saying, you're a young girl and they sent you to school and you're fixing nails and you're doing that. People now say, bring out your own daughter. Let's see how she is. She's 16. Bring out her, or either the girl that is 16 or the boy that is 16. But whatever, she's either the one that is 16 or the one that is 14. Bring her out now so that people will see how you dress her and how she dresses. And up to today, there's nothing like that. Guys, you see, in this whole thing, the truth is just there. But whatever way, however way the truth is covered, the truth will surely come out one day. The truth, because the truth shall set you free. So the truth will come out one day. That is just, and very soon at that, because a lot of people are now interested in this man's case. Because if you have moved on with another man, the best thing to do is to leave this man, because the man paid your bride price, so the children belongs to him. So why would you now be keeping the children? Just why? Apparently, you is not the one that is paying their school fees or whatever, so that they can be hidden from their father. What is the aim? What is the purpose? That's why you see this Yul and Judy relationship. The people around, all the people around them are hurting. You can't have people around you hurting like that, and you claim that you guys are happy and you people are excited and all that. And Judy Austin now used the Yul's handle again to write it the usual way she used to write. Because when you watch the way the thing flows, you know that this is Judy's style. We're happy, happiness. People are telling lies, set the ring lights, and it's telling lies and whatever. Okay, people are telling lies, but by the time the thing now get to court, we'll now know who actually is telling the truth or who is now lying. I think it will just be better for us to wait for that time, and I know that shortly it will come to that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I like to end this video here. Okay, I came across those dragons and everything, so I said let me just address this and let just lend my voice. Okay, I want to thank you guys for always watching my videos. Just as I know that you're also going to watch this one, but in all, please let's meet at the comment section. Let me hear what you guys are saying, your opinions and your thoughts. Please share it with me at the comment section. I'll always be there waiting for you guys. Okay, thank you once again, guys. I sincerely appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now, guys.